So today, the 1st of January 2019, I present to you the day card, and you might ask, what day card? That sounds like a singular word. And you have 6 cards turned up. Well, today I pulled the 6 of Wands for the day, but then instead of going rifling through the deck to find the sum or the parts of this sum, I laid them out ahead of time just to make it easy. But let's start by focusing on the 6 for just a moment. The 6 of Wands, much like the 6 of Swords that we saw a couple of days ago, refers to definite advancement and a passionate advancement from something and or to something. We see a lot of red and a lot of action. We might even notice what appear as flames in the center. And as I've talked about before, flames really indicate something unique because of all the elements. That one actually, fire, actually causes chemical change, fundamental basic change. And so we definitely see some forward motion, the sort that won't leave someone the same after they've gone through this process. So a lot going on there, a lot of fire, a lot of red, a lot of action. You might even see some bolts of lightning if you interpret them that way. We also see some purple, very faded, very light, and minimal purple in the middle. But that tells us that we have the potential to grow our wisdom. Purple in tarot refers to wisdom. How would we grow that? Well, we could start by applying what we've learned in the process that's gotten us here so far. We can apply the things that we've already encountered. And this actually seems like a good time to discuss 2 of our other cards, because the 6 refers to the phase that comes after the 5s. 5s also have sort of a faded wisdom, faded purple. Now we'll see in the 6 it has gotten a little more pronounced, has gotten a little more vibrant. We've done a little watering, although the green has gone completely from the 6. The 5 moved us from the comfort zone into new areas, and to do that, of course, needed realization and utilization of our potential. And that takes a lot of energy here. So we see a healthy, and once we take a few minutes, an obvious combination that leads to the day card for today. Now, we want to grow from here. So we have considerable momentum, we have considerable potential, and we have direction. Well, let us hope so. We have meaning. Do we? Do we have purpose? If so, where did we find them? And if not, where can we find them? Viktor Frankl, author of Man's Search for Meaning, tells us very clearly the only place we can turn lies within us. We have to find that meaning. We have to make that meaning. That depends on no one else. We can't look to anyone else. He said that life exists as a question, and what we do with it acts as the answer. You don't want anybody to choose that kind of meaning or purpose for you. So to move from here and to increase the wisdom herein represented, we need to do some serious thinking, and I encourage that today. And what a day for it, the beginning of the new year, where everyone feels very motivated. Can we keep that motivation? How? Can we use that motivation? How? We can also look to a couple other cards for clues as to how we arrived here. The 2 and the 4. Again, a comfort zone, the 4, just like a 4-post tent or a 4-post bed or a 4-point foundation for a house. Very sturdy, very useful in its time and place, but we run the risk of getting caught and trapped in our comforts. And so we apply our growth. We apply our development and our gestation. And then we arrive at the 6, where we, again, have more growth to do. Just like a plant, just like a person. It doesn't stop once the person comes out of the womb, or they reach their 8th birthday, or their 18th birthday, or their 21st birthday. We keep going, or we should. But to where and how, that lies on us. So again, get thinking, get planning, get working. Finally, although we don't have a double for this card, we can get to 6 by adding 3 with 3. And in theory, we could apply a 1, 2, 3 approach as well, but we'll just stick to this for now. The 3 represents very rapid, considerable, exponential growth. Now, what happens if we multiply that by 2? Well, we get very rapid, very exponential growth. And we want to get kind of careful about that, because we do want to grow, we do want to transform. You'll notice the theme and even name of this channel involves what? Transformation through the mysteries. But what do we call excessive growth? What does it result in? Well, that can get to an unhealthy level, and we don't want that either. So could part of our 6 of Wands phase of development involve some pruning? It very well may, and if it does, I encourage you today to look at what needs pruning. What needs to get thrown off? How much baggage do we carry? How many tools do we really need to move forward? We can have fascinations and hobbies and all kinds of wonderful things, but what can we make truly useful for us? Pause, ponder that, write out a list, make a spreadsheet, set some goals, and break them down into steps today. If you found or created your meaning already, wonderful. How can you further your course on that path? If you have not, it has not gotten too late. Take some time. Determine where you want to go and why, and decide how to use the momentum that we see in this highly energetic card toward those ends. As always, feel free, please, to start a discussion in the comments field or leave some questions. I always enjoy those. Subscribe and share so that others can get a few minutes of inspiration or insight. Until next time, my friends, Happy New Year, and keep transforming.